Hello, I made it. Sorry, I was a few minutes late getting in here. I actually went and checked the graph because it's been literally intermittent for the last couple of days, and I was feeling something, so I'm like, let me go peek. So I'll have an update. I pulled this one this morning at 11 a.m. my time. So first and foremost, if you are new today, we've got so many new love trainers that have come in the last couple of days and weeks. And so if you're new here today, please let me know in the comments so we can give you a proper love train welcome. Oh goodness, these energy is just so crazy, all stuff happening. So I want to start with yesterday because the graph was down, I want to say maybe for about a day and a half or so, came online and then it went off. But, as we progress, right, in this process, we can really tune into our body and see how we feel. And last night, I would say it was about like 5 or 5:30 Pacific time, I felt immense heat coming through the body. And so I knew that was some kind of a full body light blast that came in. The graph you can see came in. It's just kind of deceiving because it's really not from one day to the next. There's like a hiccup in here, but this pattern is true to what we're seeing. And you can see these spikes. Again, the light is focused when it comes in those upper chakras. A lot of the purging is still in the upper chakras. These are gifts coming online. Truths being revealed. I can't even begin to tell you the downloads that I've been getting. And they are game changing because they're showing me the deception from the matrix now. So I'm seeing the deception versus our truth. And I'll tell you, when you hear it, you just know, there's a knowing inside of you that this is my truth. And so I'll be sharing some of that tomorrow. Tomorrow in focus group, we're going to be talking about value. How did we get duped into thinking we were not worthy? So that's going to be tomorrow's discussion / activation healing. And then on Saturday, for those of you who are joining the group, we're going really deep because I literally every day keep getting bigger and bigger pieces of the puzzle, talking about how we do like the golden current and what is it energetically and what was put in its place in the matrix, which is all the false beliefs that we took on. And then they're showing the gap between all of that. And so we're going to be talking about giving and receiving, and how that really, the truth of how giving and receiving works, that giving was never meant to be giving away. In other words, depletion, showing how giving out of overflow is the same as receiving, that truly is one energy. Because when you give from overflow, you are then fulfilled, that you're able to share because you had so much. And that is truly how our gifts work. It's not who's going to buy my gift. It's not that at all. It's that my gift is pouring through me, and there's so much of it that I'm so excited to share it. And everything truly is an energy exchange. So I'm so excited for Saturday, mainly because I've been here for a couple of days. Every day in the morning I get another massive download, and these are just undeniably just game changing is the best word I can say, because it's really, they're showing us where we were led astray. And when you hear it, it makes it so much easier for you to say, oh no, I'm done with that. I was a little ticked. I was like, wait, who was the first one? I was talking to someone earlier today and I'm like, I want names. Who started this lie? Let's cleanse them first. Now, by the way, these lies were started hundreds and hundreds of years ago, if not thousands. So I'm just playing, but the energy is still here, and that's what we're in the process of healing and clearing. And then this is all part of remembering our truth so that we can easily get into alignment. Because think of it, we're not learning something, we're remembering. Oh wait, this is why I raised my hand to go in, right? No, nobody says I didn't raise my hand to go in and suffer. No one did. So it's truly, it really does help with alignment. I'm just so excited to share it as it comes in pieces. I'm just waiting what I'm guided, what is appropriate to share, because everybody's in different levels of their own journey, and you have to be ready to receive the message. You have to be open to it, because if your belief system is still rugged and still stuck in the 3D, the message will like bounce off your forehead. So it's about a readiness. And so the beauty is the guides know, and they know who's ready to receive it and when. And so as this information comes in, I'll be very excited to share it with everyone. Some of it will be shared here, some of it will be shared in focus group. So again, it's going to depend on where we're at as a group, as a collective group in our belief system. So, but you know, even the teeniest little nuggets really gives you so much hope. It really does. And really confidence to step into what you're here to really do. It gives you that real connection to the big picture. So I had that to say about that. Oh, by the way, there is still space to sign up for Saturday. There's a link below this video if it resonates with you. Who's in here tonight? I see Leanna. Hello. Christy's here. Hey, Paige. Jonathan's here. Stacy's here. Georgia. Hello. Ellen, Annie, Joanne. Awesome. Oh goodness, I didn't scroll. There's way more. Vicky, hello. Yeah, I know everybody was waiting. Like what? So this energy, for sure, when we're in this integration, for me, it's nap time. When my body needs to integrate it, it's just like it just shuts down. Drinking a lot of water. Last night, whatever was happening with this energy, I went out so hard that like woke up completely disoriented again. What day is it? What time is it? And it just felt like I did some traveling while I was sleeping. That's the best description I can get. It was like definitely timeline jumping, which I wouldn't be surprised if we do a C. It truly physically felt like a timeline jump when I woke up this morning from last night to today. So, you know, and again, remember, personally, anybody can do a timeline jump, right? There's collective timeline jumps, and then there's yours, because if your consciousness heals something, it jumps forward. And so remember, there's two ways you can shift timelines. There's collective jumps where everybody gets pushed forward. And then there's others where it's your consciousness decides, okay, we healed this, now we can jump forward. So that's why it's always paying attention to how do I feel. Oh yeah, crazy dreams for sure. Yeah, I didn't remember mine, but I knew I had some crazy ones because I was like, what, did I dream about that person? It's like somebody I haven't seen in like years. And then I was like, why did I dream about that person? And then, but I know, I don't go in that rabbit hole. It's right, it's old potential timelines that can be collapsing, because when there's a message in there, I always remember. And then you just kind of know the difference between healing dream, let it go, and okay, this was some kind of guidance. You definitely know the difference. It's a feeling. Let's see who else is in here. Tony from Thailand, welcome. Let's see. Janelle is here. Hello. Hello. Jessica is here. Justin is here. Annie, awesome. Welcome, you guys, to all of you. So yeah, so this, again, these energies can be so deceiving. So I pulled this morning, but then like just before I was coming on, I always feel into what's going on in the field to see, right, what's going to be the best for the group today when we share, when we get together. Because as soon as we get together, this is an energetic container that we have created. This love train container that is just saving us all these days, right? Just because the power of the group is just so, it really is soothing when we go through this roller coaster. Okay, so let me show you the shakalaka, because I did pull that one right before, so just so you know, this pattern of, right, there's this green integration. When you see these wide green horizontal lines, that's us integrating the energy. For me, now for some of you, it could cause anxiousness. For me, it's slow the body down and just let your body integrate the energy. So there's no wrong way. It's however your body is choosing to integrate it. And you get to really feel the difference in these patterns too when they come in like this. And then these upper ones can cause pressure in the head still, because there is a lot of upgrading going on, just a ton. Lots of codes coming online, lots of releasing dense energies, all the above. Everything's happening. You name it, it's happening in August for sure. So let me show you let's look at the Shakalaka chart, because I literally pulled this minutes ago. There we go. Then I could show you. The reason I pulled it is, boom, look, we just had a spike, quite literally. So you can see this was probably, yes, well, and here's the spike. This is what I was feeling. I felt this light. That was probably last night at dinner time. And you can see there were surges in all the chakras. And what's really interesting, look at this. There's a real big push of light going into the sacral chakra here, which again is relationships. And I can tell you, it always matches what we're seeing, right? Because wherever we need the most light tends to be where's the dense energies. And there's still many of you who are entangled. And the entanglement is a sneaky one. It's like a shadow, because it's usually what your who man is saying. This is under the auspices of love. So always just notice, am I compromising my own energy? Am I negotiating my own energy because I want to make A, B, C, or D happy? You must radiate. That's your authenticity. Am I in agreement with this? And if I'm not, I'm going to suck it up for a minute of uncomfortableness and stay in my truth, because you being in your truth radiates your light to the very person, right, that you are not in resonance with. It's not our job. You can't bring anybody over the finish line. It's entanglement, and you're impeding on somebody else's free will. And so whatever you're telling yourself about, contract, duty, obligation, blah, 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 it's when you are authentic with yourself, you are free. And ultimately, that's what everybody wants. And you can be free and still co-create with a partner, and still co-create with, a sibling or a child, or name it, a friend, a business associate. But it always comes back to, what are you doing with your energy? It's critical, because it's going to reflect back. So if you're not being real, you're basically, not having a real conversation. You're not being authentic, which means radiating deception. What do you think the other person that you love, that you're trying to make happy, they're feeling the deception too. And now it's a deception pain body buffet. Yuck. No, thank you. We can go to the love buffet where everybody is real, everybody accepts each other as a divine being, and life is beautiful. But we've got to be the courageous ones that say, I'm not going to do it anymore. And I know that by standing in my truth is the kindest and most loving thing that I can do for this person. I'm not going to intervene. I'm going to let them have their journey, and know that the fifth dimension version of them exists. But you got to practice seeing it so that can get reflected back. When you see them that way, that is what the reality is that you want reflected back. You truly are the creator of your own reality, period. Nobody else. Either consciously doing it, or we're having a nap and we're doing it. And when we have a nap and we do it, there's fear involved, okay? So we're really, 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 like, they're sticking the mirror. The mirror has gotten closer and closer, and then that dense part gets louder. It doesn't mean it has a grip on you. It makes more noise on the exit, always. And so you can see, just the other chart doesn't look so intense, but look at this one, just purging, and then more light, spikes of light. This one with no break in between. There's a spike, and then it goes down, and then another one. That's that. That can feel like you're in a blender, because there's not really, here we had some space for integration, but then look what happened. Boom, this was the integration today. And then right now, we're in another spiking pattern. So it's really feeling for the energy. What am I creating in this now moment? Everything's created now. So you're either going to that place of inner peace, or are you focused on an old timeline? An old timeline means you're focused on another person. Yeah, let that person choose their timeline and you choose yours. And if they're unconscious, don't you want the one that's filled with pure love and light always, right? Because you know what the other one was. You already know what it was. You already experienced it. And, was not desirable. It's not for anybody. Just any kind of lack of authenticity anymore, it's going to start feeling worse and worse and worse because they want us. We're being pushed to be our true selves. We're being pushed to be true to ourselves. It's got to start with you. If you're not number one on your list, number two and number three on your list, you're entangled. Period. Period. So always look and say, am I putting myself first here? Am I being in my truth now? That's how you smooth out your ride. If not, it's bumpy because we cannot entangle. And that's what this is. This is aid from the forces. Let's blast that chakra with some light so that, and what happens is if you have anything that's not authentic, it's going to feel like tension. It's going to feel like something is brewing, but it's just the truth brewing. The truth shall set you free is so true, but it's in a beautiful way. It doesn't have to be dramatic, truly. Let's see, who else? Jess is in Chino. Oh, hello, welcome. Cheryl from Montana. That's right, Cheryl's shining her light in Montana now. So amazing. That's like, so beautiful there. Lots of great Gaia energy there. Awesome. There's been, Jessica, so the chart's been in and out, but how I was taught was my guides had me feeling first and then looking at the chart, feeling first and then look at the chart. So I do not depend on the chart. I just know I monitor how I feel and then I can go see in the chart and check. That's like right before I came in, I was like, ooh, I felt that heat coming in. And that's when I looked, there it is. So, different things can cause the chart to blank out. Sometimes it's the energy. Sometimes the energy is so high. Remember, we're registering frequencies that have never come in before. So sometimes the frequency kind of fries the tech a little bit. And then sometimes they're just having, tech issues, in the monitoring system. That's all. But, we roll on. We roll on. And so, let's see what else is going on. Everybody good? All right. Jorge, the heat is the light. When we get these spikes, like it definitely is generating heat in the body. And again, like a lot of water. I've been gulping a lot of water. So, all right. So I think that a good old love train grounding is in order because these days when we're in integration, it feels good to ground. And I am feeling some purple, feeling purple today. This beautiful healing light of purple. Let's do this. So first and foremost, quickest way to get into alignment is the breath. Your breath tells you a lot of what's going on with your energy. If you're not even aware of it, you're probably taking shallow breaths. If you're in your head, you're taking shallow breaths. So right now I want everybody to just take a few nice deep breaths. See if you can follow your breath in, be aware of it, and follow it in and follow it out. Right there, in that moment when you observe your breath, you're out of the noodle and you're present. That's all it takes. That's all it takes. So we're going to do this together and we're going to ground too. So it should feel really, really good because this energy needs to integrate. It is a lot. And I get it. I'm feeling it too. All right. So if you are not driving, if you are driving, please listen to this later. All of the videos always stay up, including the lives. And you can go ahead and close your eyes, focus on the breath. And then we're going to ground together into Gaia. So take a nice deep inhale. Pause at the top of your shoulders. And exhale down to Gaia's heart. And we're going to stay here in Gaia's heart for a breath. Take an inhale. And on the exhale, merge your light with hers. And then take an inhale, come up to your heart space. Pause here for a moment. And exhale down to Gaia's heart. Take an inhale, come back up to your heart space, and then see, sense, or feel if the front door to your heart is open. And if you want, you can put a hand in your heart space to help direct your energy there. And then while you're there, take a moment to notice if the back door to your sacred heart is open. And if needed, just take an inhale and then gently guide it open on the exhale. Nice. Take an inhale, and today we're going to make sure we're all back in the body. So you can just say silently or aloud, I call myself fully into my body, August 20th or 21st, depending on where you are, 2025. Exhale, release. Take an inhale. Say it silently or aloud. I call myself fully into my body, August 20th, 2025. Exhale, release. And one more time. Take an inhale. I call myself fully into my body, August 20th, 2025. Exhale, release any dense energies. Nice. You're going to take one more cleansing breath. Take an inhale. Exhale all the way down to Gaia's heart. We're going to anchor our light here. Take an inhale. Exhale, anchor your light again. And then on the inhale, slowly come back into your body and wiggle your fingers and toes and open your eyes. So they were feeling like a lot of you got into the head, lots of thinking going on. So, and that can happen. That's normal when a lot of purging happens. The noodle is like, what's going on? I need to know. I need to know. I'm not going to stop until I know. And then what do? We go to the breath and we shush it. We just shush it. Calm down. We're okay. Come to the light. Whoever is scared shitless, please come to the light. It is time for you to go. That's how we roll. Awesome, awesome. So thank you guys for coming in here and hanging in there and grounding together. And again, a couple of reminders. So tomorrow's focus group got an amazing just download about value and how we unintentionally gave our power away and stopped thinking that we were just perfect and divine. And there's an activation to support it, to support realignment with our truth there. And then Saturday, we're going to continue we're going deep with more of these downloads that I keep getting them every day. And so I'm excited to see what comes in. And there is still some space for those of you who want to register and participate in the group. It's the monthly group class. It's Saturday the 23rd at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. You receive all the notes from the session and the recording. So good times, good times. All right, guys, I love you guys so much. Thank you for always coming in here and bringing the love and bringing your beautiful energy together. It truly does. Remember, when we get together and create this container and just radiate this peace and love, it goes way beyond the earth even. So it's like really the most kindest thing that we can do for ourselves and for humanity. So there you go. You're all a bunch of spiritual badasses. So deal with that. All right. I will follow the energy as always. I love you guys. And I'll see everybody tomorrow that's coming to focus group. Bye.